Hello, hello, and welcome back to the What We Said podcast, everybody. Happy October. No, I'm just kidding. It's not yet, but I'm feeling a little spooky in this outfit.
Whoa, you kind of are giving.
I'm giving like holding a candle and
Alexander, go back to sleep. That's what you're giving.
I love that trend. I just love the freedom of pretending to be a man. In a costume. Like, I understand all these girls trying. It's like, yeah, I understand. There's something within all of us that just wants that freedom of just being ugly, being...
Because you're so carefree.
Yeah, you're so I don't care what angle you get me from. Like, it's so nice.
It is so nice. It's true. That trend is killing me. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back.
Tuesday.
Hope you're all having a great week. We need to cut right to the chase. Give the people what they've been wanting.
What they've been begging for, and that's that we're famous. And we hang out with celebrities constantly, and they ask us
It's just like a normal thing that we do now.
So you might have seen that Selena Gomez asked us to take a picture with her, and we so graciously allowed her to. And she even asked me to be on my bad side because she was like, please, I don't want to be intimidated by how you look compared to me. Like, so I was on my bad side for her, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
We went to a rare beauty event and we met Selena, you guys, and she was so just drop dead gorgeous, truly, like ethereal.
One of the most beautiful women. Is it women or woman in that situation? Women I've ever seen.
Insane. It's so weird to see a celebrity in real life and they are just as beautiful, if not prettier in person, because then you're really seeing like their aura. But it's also weird because I didn't feel starstruck because it's just like she not
Are you sure about that?
Why? Was I like shaking or something? Cool. She's like, you're a freak. So
you guys, we were filling out these. Okay, we were there for the new perfume that Rare Beauty just came out for. Okay. And we're at this station. It's called the layering station. First of all, the perfume
smells so good.
I've been wearing it every day. It smells so good. But they have this layering balm. So they had a layering station where you could go and like customize what balm you wanted. We're like picking them out. And someone's like helping us choose like what letter, like a little stamp. You customize it. You get like engraving on your perfume and we can like put them in the mail thing. We are filling ours out and we hear Selena's voice. Oh, like she's talking on the mic. And we had known she was going to be there, but we hadn't seen her yet. So we like hear, she's like, hi, everybody. I look back, JC's gone. There's just like dust. Literally like the Roadrunner from that cartoon. I just see
literally throws my pen, goes feral.
The pen's still like halfway in the air, about to come down. JC's gone.
No, honestly. The way that like,
I'm kidding.
I am the biggest proponent. I'm like, you guys, these people are humans. Like the way they've treated the Love Island cast is disgusting. Like let them live in peace.
They're just like us.
These paparazzi are sick. The second I hear a celebrity's voice, I turn running with my phone on 5x zoom. I'm like, oh, I'm the problem.
I am screaming. No, it was funny.
It really though, what I'm saying is like when she was, approaching it,
yes,
obviously
her vibe was, I felt the same way. I didn't feel like
just
nervous.
Like she puts you at ease immediately. Obviously I was so excited to meet her. I'm like, oh my gosh, in real life, like it's crazy to see a celebrity in real life and to hug them and talk to them is insane. But also it's like, she is so just down to earth and cool that it wasn't, it wasn't scary.
No, definitely not.
But we were in the perfect position, I will say. When she came out, there were a lot of people at this event and we were just in the right time, right place. Like we got to talk to her and take a photo with her. It was pretty much like immediately upon her coming out. And it was the crowd so like cool.
Parted in the middle.
Literally.
And we were just standing there and Selena was across the crowd.
I'm not kidding. She was like 3 feet from me suddenly. And I'm just like, oh, it's also so weird because I am so like, it took everything in me even to talk to her and ask her for a photo because I so badly just want to be like the cool chill girl who's like, I don't even need a photo. I just want to soak in this experience. But we had to do it for the plot and for the pod more importantly and for proof and to post it, of course. No, but it was she was so perfect and beautiful, gorgeous, warm. She was so nice.
Yeah, she was
She
beautiful.
looked insane. Like, genuinely, her makeup looked airbrushed to the gods. I was just like, wow,
Her
you are so
skin,
stunning.
Yeah, it was mostly her just whole being. She was so ethereal. That's the word I would describe her. She was everything and more.
Yeah.
So nice, too.
Dare we say we were even more starstruck, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
We walked outside. Well, okay, so next to, I have like a whole segment I want to go into about this topic because some of the Love Island cast were there when we were there. Like, we saw Alandria and Hannah. Was that who we saw first?
Alandria and Hannah were both there. We saw them take a picture with Selena. And then they went off to like a little roped off section for, this was an influencer event. So it's just all influencers and very well-known people like that I was seeing there at the party. And then there was a VIP section where it's like it was roped off and that's where they were sitting.
It was really only Love Island people in there. And it was just like blowing my mind how 2 months ago these people were normal. And then now they're like
2 months they were below us and now they're above us.
like, how does that work? Getting so pissed. No, but it really was blowing my mind. They had like full blown security. I'm like, these people, like Love Island, they're celebrities now. It's so insane to me. Anyway, so we saw Alandria and Hannah, also stunning in real life, like
Stunning.
It's just like, you're so pretty.
The TV and film never does people justice. Like, it never does. Whenever I see a celebrity, and I'm not talking a social media celebrity. I'm mostly talking about someone I've seen on TV. When I see them in person, they take my breath away every single time. I'm like, oh, okay. So the camera does take away.
The camera does add 10 pounds. Good to know. That's what they say. And keep that in mind when you're watching on YouTube as well.
Yeah. No, but it's just, I don't know. Just seeing someone in real life, I'm always shocked at how gorgeous, and
it's like their whole aura though. It's like you're getting something different than when you watch on TV. Like in the book I was reading, he's talking about how I was reading, by the way, not still reading, but the Anxious Generation book, he was talking about like being in awe and how if you see something he was mostly talking about sights, like you see Niagara Falls or something on TV and people will be like, oh, that's cool. But then if you see it in real life, it's like, oh my gosh, you can't explain the feeling of genuinely being somewhere. And I feel like it's the same for people. Like, you can think they look stunning on TV through a screen, but then you see them in real life and it's like their warmth and their energy. And it's like, whoa, it feels completely different.
100%.
So we saw them. They're kind of in a roped off area. They got definitely special treatment. It was like, okay, take your picture with Selena in this area instead and everything. And then as we were heading out to leave, like we'd been at the party for a while, we were heading out to leave and we were kind of right by the door. And then Alandria, Hannah, was there anyone else from Love Island? There was like some of their friends. I didn't recognize
anybody else there either from Love Island.
Yeah.
In their group.
But they were all kind of standing by the door as well. And then they were like, oh, are we blocking you? And we're like, oh, no, we're just trying to figure out like if we're leaving right now or not.
And we're going to ask you for a photo.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out.
No. Actually asking someone for a photo, it's like you were saying, is so unaligned with how I feel inside. But I've done it multiple times. It's like, when I'm asking for the photo, I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Like, this feels so transactional. And like, I don't want to be doing this, but
here I am.
Sign up
Can
for
we take the photo?
You're asking for it.
The only thing that made me feel okay about asking, like,
Selena was fine.
Well, it was fine because genuinely, this is the only reason it was fine to me is because that's what she was there for.
Exactly.
She was there to promote for her perfume. Yes. She was there to be at an influencer event. It was her choice to walk around. Like, I knew that it was like,
for sure,
this is genuinely your plan tonight. Is like, you're seeing influencers, they're going to post you. Like, it felt okay to me.
Yes,
it was random person.
It wasn't like we just met them at lunch and it's like, hey, I know you're with your family, but
exactly. Which, by the way, I want people to know, like, I don't get offended if someone, I think I'm a celebrity, but if people do ask me for photos, I'm not like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know. When you're on the other end, you're like, I don't know. Is this, like you said, transactional?
You don't want them to feel like I'm just using you for a photo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were right next to them at that point. And I also feel weird acting as if I don't know someone. Like,
Exactly.
if I fully know who you are, I'm not going to pretend like, oh, hi, what's your name?
Especially
like,
if you're
I
talking
just
to them.
watched you every night on my TV for 2 months. Like, so they were kind of asking, oh, are we in your way? I was like, oh, no, we're not sure if we're leaving yet. I was like, obsessed with you guys, by the way. And Alandria turned around. She was like, for real? And I was like, yeah. She looked stunning. That was really our only interaction with Alandria was like her turning around and being like, oh, for real? And then Hannah kind of like stepped a little closer to us and she said hi. And then she told me that I looked like Renee Rapp.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Have you ever got that before?
Yeah. Which I have gotten it a few times and I was telling her, I'm like, I take that as a massive compliment because Renee Rapp is stun. So she was giving very girl energy, Hannah.
She was super friendly and outgoing.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Super nice. Gorgeous as well. Her and Alandria, both gorgeous. So yeah, we talked to them for 2 seconds and then we walked outside and guess who we saw?
Right there waiting at the valet for us. Ace and Shelly.
Oh.
Yeah, well, they were standing there.
They were there first. I forgot.
And we walked up and they're standing there. And I was like, oh, it's Jaddy, Ace, and Shelly. What's their thing? What's their Shalace?
I don't know.
I don't know what their ship name is. What did people call them?
I don't know.
Like Nicolandria, but I forgot what theirs was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyways, they were saying, they were like, oh, it's a Love Island party. So then we kind of walk off to the side. And like, we're the only people at the valet at this point. So Shelly and Ace had been escorted inside. That's the other thing is like people were escorting them inside. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Full blown security. Yes. Like it was giving celebrity. Yeah.
And then also this is a private event. So there's not a ton of people outside either. It's like people who are coming into the party and leaving the party. And so we're the only ones waiting for our car at valet. And the car pulls up like literally 10 feet in front of us. And out of the car walks Sir Pepe. Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Pepe. And then he goes around to the other side.
And you say, Daddy's home.
And then
for me.
But the thing that really blew me away, like I was like, oh my gosh, it's Pepe. Like that's crazy. Favorite. Love him. And then he opens the door and Iris gets out, like literally right in front of us. And the way that my soul spoke before my brain could filter the words coming out of my mouth, I'm like, our queen, Iris, like as if we like talk about parasocial. I'm like, hey, bestie, what's up? I'm like, our queen, Iris. She's like, hey, what's up? She like came up and started talking to us. She's like, oh, are you?
The way she matched the energy immediately. And the way that once I laid eyes on Iris, I couldn't care less if
I was like,
lived
Pepe,
or died. Like,
can you grab our bags? Like, get. Me and Iris
you
have some talking to.
Whoa, Victoria's Secret bombshell angel.
Oh, my jaw was on the floor. She looked so beautiful.
She was so stunning and she was so cool and chill, genuinely ultimate chill, cool girl vibes. Like that's how I think
she came off on the show.
Yes, like perceive her on the show. And that's exactly how she was. She immediately came up to us, was like, I love your guys' dresses. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
And acted as if we'd been best friends for 10 years. Was like, were Shelly and Ace in there? I'm like,
yeah, the crew. Our whole crew's been in there. We're just leaving. We're tired. We don't like to party. And then they left and we were like, what just happened?
They were everything. It was so fun. Once we got inside, then we saw that Nick was in there with Alandria. We didn't ever talk to him or anything. But it was a star-studded event. It was so fun to see all those people in real life, especially after we've been talking about them for,
I know,
on the podcast for the past few months.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I think that this season of Love Island, if I'm not wrong, surpassed the last season by quite a bit and was like the most watched season of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
I think so. I wonder if it's going to continue to grow because I remember that last season it was kind of like, oh, you're not going to ever. People were like, oh,
can't match
nothing's going to match that, And then this season, if I'm not mistaken, was even more popular in numbers at least.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That is crazy. We probably have a few more good seasons.
Yeah.
Before it starts getting ruined by something. But that's just life.
For sure.
Yeah, it was very fun.
It was so fun. It's kind of iconic that Ariana came to host and then it like kind of, I feel like that's when it started doing so 100%. Well. I wonder if it's a combo of, I'm sure it's a combo of everything.
Yeah.
But no, it was so fun. Great night. I need
vibes.
to refer back to my note because I felt like I had more things to discuss, and I know one of them is toe extensions. So
Did you buy them?
They were $400 for 2 toes.
Those can't be the ones I saw on TikTok
Chelsea,
shop.
Probably not. They said they're. I don't want to laugh. They said they're for
Careful.
for amputees.
Okay, I saw that on your thing. That makes sense. But the ones that I saw, they did not have amputated toes or anything like that. It was literally like
just for the aesthetic purposes.
Yeah, it was
to make
giving
their toes
TikTok
longer.
shop. Like almost like a gag gift.
Absolute jump scare. I looked them up. I'm like, oh, I need to see how much. $400 for 2 toes, for 2 big toes.
Those are probably really good quality ones.
I know. I'm so curious. Like,
people have finger ones too. I saw like in the same.
The thing is, those toes weren't even like beautiful. Is the thing. It's not like because if the
Well,
ones that I'm looking
they
at,
probably make them really realistic. If they're for amputees. They're not going to be making them look fake. The ones I saw like looked so fake, like barely any knuckle.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, the toe extension journey might be done here. It might have run its course. Dang. Like I don't think that I can be purchasing 2 toes for $400. That's kind of crazy.
2 for $400?
Yeah. Maybe send me the link to the TikTok shop ones and I'll consider.
Maybe it was a fever dream because it was a long time ago. I just like have that image. You know those weird where they used to duet a TikTok and it would be like a weird video on one side that would like help you listen to the story better because you're an actual toddler who can't pay attention.
That is actually my least favorite type of content.
Yeah.
Like
I remember seeing it something
sickening.
like that with the toe and being like,
okay, so it was a while ago.
Yeah.
So maybe it was AI or something, but maybe I can look into it elsewhere. We'll see. I think that's it for my toe journey.
Yeah, well, just accept yourself for the way you are.
Yeah,
the way your shoes
I will.
are.
I mean, I was until everyone was commenting on it. That was your fault, actually. It was all your guys' fault.
Yeah.
New Dunkin' order just dropped. I have to say this one is what?
Oh, I was going to say it's on your thing if you want to read it.
Oh. Well, it's the golden hour refresher. Okay, guys, this is my favorite Dunkin' refresher that I've tried.
It's so good.
It's the golden hour one, but then you add oat milk, so then it makes it creamy. It's like the tropical one that they have plus the strawberry dragon fruit mixed with oat milk. So good.
So good.
If you want a refreshing summer bevy, go check it out.
Creamy.
It's so good. It's very it just puts a pep in my step. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love a little creamy tropical vibe.
Same. We're going to get into dating app horror stories.
I have one more update. That's extremely important. Okay. I watched The Devil Wears Prada for the first time. And first thought, you know how you were saying like everyone's clowning you for not seeing like all these movies?
Yeah.
That you understand why? Classic. Huh?
You understand why now?
No, I feel the opposite way. I'm like, do you know how many movies there are? I haven't just been sitting down watching movies my entire life. Like people will be actually mad at you if you haven't seen a movie.
No, it's true.
They will literally be like, get her. Like she hasn't seen that video or movie. Scram. Like what? I'm sorry. I was watching another movie, you know?
Right,
like I have seen a lot of movies, but just not those movies you're referring to. Or like the classics. Like how many classics are there?
That's true. There's
hundreds.
A lot of movies that people will say that about where it's like, you haven't seen that?
And that's hundreds of hours, honey.
Yeah, it's true.
Which again, I just feel like the reaction is a little hurtful sometimes. It's like, okay. I'm less of a human because I haven't seen this movie. People are very mad at me. I was like, I watched Devil Wears Prada for the first time on my Instagram story and my DMs. People are like, Chelsea, I almost had to unfollow you. Like, this is crazy. Obviously, they're joking. Hopefully. But watching those movies from whenever, early 2000s is always eye-opening to me. I loved it. Like the inspo, the nostalgia, the fashion was giving me lots of inspiration. And also making me second guess my morals because at the end of the movie, you know, have you seen it?
Yes,
said,
but
yeah, like a long time ago.
It's been forever.
Okay, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Big surprise, she quits her job to be wholesome. Like she quits her big girl job because she wants to choose her relationship or like she chooses being a good person. The way this movie had me doubting my own moral compass because she is at a job, okay? So she doesn't really like fashion. She gets into this job. She's like, actually, as it goes on, she's extremely good at her job. She's a very hard worker. She deserves this position more than other people. She's outperforming everybody there, including the girl who's above her, Emily. Or wait, no, that's her real name. What's her name? Is it Emily?
Girl.
Wait, let me see. I think I wrote it down. I don't want to mess that up.
Local chugger here.
Ooh.
Beating you today.
Look. Okay, I think it is Emily. But that's her real name, so that's why it's throwing me off.
Whose real name?
Emily Blunt in the movie.
Oh, okay.
When the seasons change, I'm always thinking about, okay, the next season is coming up. What do I want to be wearing? What do I want to refresh my closet with? What staple pieces am I pulling back out, especially when it gets colder? You know, the one pro of the fall coming up is the fits, the items that you get to wear, like a cozy sweater, a jacket. I do love fall fashion, just like the boots of it all. It's so fun to kind of experiment with layers. And that is why I love Quince. I have a couple pieces from Quince, but my favorite that I just always say is it's a fisherman crew neck. It's like a 100% cotton sweater, and I wear it all the time. I actually use it for many seasons, especially where we live. It gets chilly at night in the summer, so I use it in the summer as well. But especially for fall and winter, it's so nice to have pieces that you can pull out every year, and you have that luxe essential that feels effortless, looks polished, that's perfect for layering, mixing, is versatile, and you can just reach for it again and again. So with Quince, think chic cashmere, cotton sweaters starting at just $40. They have washable silk tops, classic denim pants, just all the timeless styles that you'll keep coming back to. And the best part is that everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands.
I'm actually so excited for fall fashion, and I feel like Quince has so many good options. I've actually been eyeing their Italian leather tote. They have they have one in a chocolate brown color. They have like a hand woven one, and they just look so luxury, but they are so much more affordable than other leather bags that I've seen. Everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands, and that's really not a joke. Leif had this nice sweater that he wore for family photos, and I wanted to find like a similar one online, and I found one on Quince that was it looked the exact same and was just as good of quality, and it was, no joke, half the price. They are able to do this by working directly with top artisans, cutting out the middleman so they don't have to mark things up, which is so nice. So elevate your fall wardrobe essentials with Quince. Go to quince.com/whatwesaid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That is QUINCE.com/whatwesaid to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/whatwesaid. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace, and we are so happy it is. We are huge Squarespace lovers over here. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it so easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all in your terms. Squarespace really makes things so streamlined and easy to use for you as the person behind the scenes of the website, for your customers coming onto your website. Like, everything just is so smooth and nice, and also looks so good. They have so many beautiful website templates where all you have to do is like input your own photos into the template that's already there for you, and it just makes it so easy. You don't have to know all the back end tech stuff. You can just rely on them to do all the heavy lifting. They also have design intelligence, which is combining 2 decades of industry leading design expertise with AI to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website that's more tailored to your specific needs, because obviously everyone has a unique reason that they have a website. So you can craft a digital identity that's specific to you to use across your entire online presence.
Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage your payments in one place with Squarespace. Onboarding is so fast, so simple. You can get started in just a few clicks and start receiving payments right away. Plus, it's really nice because you can give your customers more ways to pay with popular payment methods like Klarna, ACH, Direct Debit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, and ClearPay. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, squarespace.com/whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/whatwesaid. Go check it out. So Emily is Emily Blunt in the movie. She's like the person who is supposed to be above her, the other assistant, whatever. She's obviously outperforming her. And Emily is also a bully to Andy the whole time, literally making fun of her weight, being so mean to her, never shows her a moment of decency. And then basically Miranda, or the Meryl Streep in the movie, offers Andy Emily's job to go to Paris with her. She's like, I want you. You're the best at the job. Like, and now you have to tell Emily I'm taking you instead of her. Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. So she does it. She's like, sorry, Emily. I'm going to Paris instead of you.
Yeah.
And Emily's pissed. And she's like, I can't believe you would do this to me. And then Miranda ends up kind of doing the same thing to one of her employees, a little more, whatever, cutthroat. And then Andy's like, I can't believe you would do that to him. And she's like, you did the same thing to Emily. And then Anne Hathaway has like this moment of just like, oh my gosh, you're right. I don't want to be anything like you. Quits the job on the spot and like goes, lives her happy, wholesome life. And I just didn't like feel good about that. I'm like, why should she feel bad about that? Like, that's just
life.
That's just life. And Emily was so mean to her. And she just was better at her job. It's not like she did anything sneaky or bad. And I feel like that happens a lot in those older movies. Like, the girl has to, I get the whole sentiment of like, being that stuff doesn't matter, whatever. But also it's like, can't a girl just be good at her job and like, heaven forbid a girl climb the corporate ladder,
No, I get that. I think we're moving on to more movies like that now.
Yeah.
We got Barbie.
Exactly.
We're taking it back. I agree with that. It's like a lot of times they don't even do anything worth like, they don't even do anything bad, and it's like they're punished.
Yeah.
Or it's like they're the scarlet letter. There's something so wrong with them. Like in these old movies, the women do nothing in comparison to what like a man has done or other people.
Yes,
and it's like they're burned at the stake.
I was thinking of if this was a sports movie, but because it's like the fashion world, it's so vain. It's so like whatever. Again, maybe I'm just like coming from a place of being defensive because beholderism was my number one value. And so I care about it heavily. But also,
if you want to feel even more defensive, start reading Word Slut and then you realize like how much of the world is just from the male perspective and everything. The English language, everything is from a man's perspective. So then,
So I've imagine this was a sports movie, okay? I've seen a bunch of them. Watch them all the time, okay? Imagine a guy's trying to get into the MLB, okay? He comes in as an intern. He's hitting better than all the other players. There's a player on his team who's incredibly mean to him, body shames him, doesn't consider him half a human, and then this intern starts outperforming him. And the coach is like, I'm actually going to start you instead of this guy. But you have to tell him you're going to start instead of...
It would be a no-brainer.
You think that player is going to be like, I'm a good guy, so I won't be starting. You can start. Huh?
It's so true.
Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Wow.
She was better at her job. She was better at her job. And so what? She's going to go to Paris? Then you should work harder. And don't be so rude to her. That's the other thing. If that was your bestie, like, okay, I get a little more.
It's also pitting women against each other. Yes. Always. That's always the trope.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that's more rare with sports guy movies. It's not as much like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the other thing is she was like actually really good at fashion too. That was like part of the plot is she was really good at putting together outfits. I'm like, okay, so this is her dream job. She's actually found her passion and something she's really good at. And now she has to quit because the people in her life are like, I think you're kind of vain now.
Yeah. Wow. You ate with that.
So
I need to have a refresh.
Such a good movie though.
By the way, the name of that movie is everything. Devil Wears Prada is such a good movie. Or such a good name. And Nick was watching near the end with me. And we were just laughing at the ending scene of those movies in that time period is always a girl walking around the city with like a new outlook on life. Just like, she like sees her old boss. She's like the amount of time I've seen that ending is so true.
But that's also the feel good of it. It's like nostalgic of that time. All of the movies end up like that.
Yeah. It's like overplayed, but that's why it's good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's funny.
There's a lot of good old
that was
movies
my
like
spiel.
That.
Sorry if it offended you because you love that movie and think that was the right thing. But they're making a Devil Wears Prada too.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to see.
I'm excited to see
Hopefully
that too.
Andy finds her voice.
Yeah.
And like has a backbone and just does her thing.
Seeing clips or seeing like behind the scenes of filming movies is such a jump scare. Like I saw this. Especially
clip. In New York.
Yes. It'll be like a random person filming in Hathaway, literally running down the street. And I saw this clip of that exact thing, like them filming Devil Wears Prada. And it's Anne Hathaway running down the street and like she's with this guy and they're like twirling and the top comment was like, I hope this scene was deleted. I'm like,
I hate seeing that. So I hate breaking the fourth wall.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't need to see this before. People were doing that a lot with It Ends With Us, with Blake Lively's outfits. Like they would be filming her on the street. Mm-hmm. I fear they had a point with the outfits. The outfits were, here's what's so hard about like newer movies and the fashion of them is like when you're recreating, sorry, not newer movies, but like when you're recreating an old movie, but then the fashion is very,
different
today in today's world. And it's like they're talking about Tinder and things on the phone. It just loses the vibe. Mm-hmm. But I also understand that it's like, if you're recreating an old movie, you don't want to go back to the early 2000s and make it like that because that was the vibe at the time. You want to like put a new spin on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the new spin is ugly. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like the outfits or something. I'm trying to think of what movie it was recently. Oh, I think it was the Legally Blonde. They were like making a remake or something of it and they posted some behind the scenes thing and it was like their outfits and it was giving like, what's a brand that I could even, like Forever 21, like Misguided, like that's what it was. Whereas obviously the outfits before were so iconic and it's like, but I also see the point.
And like that's what today
is. It's like, well, this is today's style. That is what a lot of girls like that age are wearing. We can't like just do all archival pieces from that time period because then we're just literally, we're not putting a new spin on it. We're just recreating it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but I wish you would because I don't want to see Forever 21 on my screen, frankly.
Yeah. I was realizing even when I was wearing Devil Wears Prada, like when a movie is about, like the fashion that is so good because it's all about like literally fashion week, designers, like it is the center of the movie. So all of the outfits are so good. And also it adds on that now it's vintage. Like everything they're wearing is like vintage. But just everything is so classic and well thought out and like every piece is whatever. But when it is just a, just an average person who doesn't really care about fashion, isn't in the fashion industry in a movie, it's like, that's actually what they're wearing. They're just wearing what you can get at Target or where you're getting, that thing. But it's not like, show stopping on screen.
No, exactly. I think that is when it's a little more jarring is when it's like.
I just saw someone outside the theater wearing that.
Yes. It's just a weird feeling.
You want to be transported in a movie, whether it's to a different time or to something else.
Yeah,
it's weird when you're like transported to your own life.
The current time. And they're talking about Instagram followers and it's like. I don't feel safe here. I'm not feeling like I'm escaping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
100%.
It is weird. I feel like there are so many movies being made right now that are like going to be good. Like a lot of books that are being made into movies that I'm actually really excited about.
Yes.
Do you know what book I'm reading right now?
What?
The Midnight Library. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Ooh, I'm liking it so far. I'm pretty early in on it though.
What kind of book is it?
Well, I don't want to give too much away. But here I'll go into the synopsis. No, I'm pretty early in on the book, but it's basically about the Midnight Library is like somewhere you go between life and death. Oh, and it's a concept that...
Wait, is it a novel?
Yes, it's like a fiction novel.
Okay.
But it's maybe light spoilers. Again, I'm not very far into it, but this girl dies and between life and death, that's like the very beginning of the book. She like wakes up or whatever, like immediately upon dying, it's like, wait, where am I? She's in this library. And they're talking about how every single choice that you make in life like leads you in a different direction. Like the tiniest choices like change the course of your life. Mm-hmm. And so this library is filled with books of all these different stories of ways her life could have gone. And it's essentially endless. Like you can just keep scrolling and like the books never stop because every single choice
immediately
like led you to a different life. And so then they have this book of regrets. And so she starts reading
existential dread. Wow.
No, you know what? I kind of thought that too at the very beginning of like, upon learning what the book was about, I was like, oh, I'm so stressed. Library? Well, also just the thought that like every single choice you make changes your life course. I'm like, I'm so stressed. But as I'm reading it, I think I'll actually really like it. But basically, yeah, it's just she has this book of regrets and then it's like, okay, what's one regret? Essentially, she has the chance to pick a specific regret that she has and then open up a book that takes her to where she didn't make that choice. So it's like, gotcha. Oh, I really regret this. I want to go live a life and where I did not do that. And so then she gets to pick the book where that's like where I'm at. So then she picked, I want to pick this one where I stay with this guy.
She goes back to life and gets to do it again?
Yes. But not making that choice that she made. And to me, it was almost like, I've been thinking about it a lot because I'm like, for all we know,
that's
something like that happens when we die. And it's like, we can literally just live like 100 different lives, like as many lives as we want, or we can go back to our old life, or like we have the choice, or we can choose to be something. I was just like kind of mind blown because it's like, obviously I don't think I know what happens when we die, but like the fact that there are many possibilities of like, it actually could be something like that. That was kind of cool for me to think about. I'm like, that's actually, I like that.
You like that idea?
Kind of.
You like that? You freak.
Oh yeah, you like that? I don't know. It's cool to think about. Not that I want to live life 100 times.
Screaming.
But just the thought of like, life keeps going in a different. The possibilities are endless.
100%. I've been thinking about that a lot recently. I'm like existential dread, all those things. But the Winnie the Pooh movie. So I saw someone like I'm sure everyone's seen it. It's like a reel or like a popular audio or whatever that they usually put with like inspiring music.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at like the amount of ground we've covered in this episode already. Like
so from Devil Wears Prada to What Happens After We Die
until Winnie the Pooh, Love Island cast. We've got it all covered in here.
So at the end of Winnie the Pooh, the book, it basically, and we just watched the old Winnie the Pooh recently with Case, like this one from the 70s. And at the end, Christopher Robin goes to school and it's like him and his imaginary place is kind of no more. And like the animals are like, what's happening to us, whatever. And the guy in the audio is basically saying how beautiful the ending is because he's like, I'm going to be going to school. I don't know what's going to happen. But in every, like, there will always be a little boy playing with his teddy bear somewhere.
Oh, that's
basically
cute.
Like it's hard to explain or like conceptualize even for myself, but when I heard that I was like, oh my gosh, that's so something I believe in and align with, is that it's just like what's in all of us is in all of us, so then we all are one in a way where it's like in every lifetime there's a little boy playing with a little teddy bear, and it's like somehow it's not me doing that right now, but I'm somehow part of that, even though it just continues on. It's like even thinking about like you with your children, it's like there's always going to be a mom with her baby, and that's like you are that as well. You know what I mean?
You can
so like,
all
you
relate
live on through that.
Yes, like a very deep level spiritually.
Oh, wow. And then we're going to get into dating app horse.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
I think our energy lives on forever in every universe, in every dimension.
In every universe, I will find you.
I'm like, anyways, he asked me, want to hook up? Literally gets into the stories.
No, the concept that was kind of blowing my mind that I was really thinking about, and maybe this is existential and not fun for people to think about, but like was the concept that every single little choice makes a difference in your life, no matter how small, because I don't
even think that's existential. I feel like that's true.
I know that, but it's kind of when you start thinking about like the what that means, it's like, oh gosh, well, I don't want to make a choice that will, I don't know. That's when you can start overthinking. But my point was like, when people were doing that butterfly effect trend, it's like, oh, if I never, whatever. If I never
went to that coffee shop.
Yes, coffee shop, I would have never met my soulmate or something like that. And I think a lot of times we think of the big milestones in our lives that way, where it's like, oh, if I never would have gone on that blind date with Leif, I wouldn't be here right now with Benny, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's even so much more micro than that. It's way more micro than that. It's like the tiniest moments that all led you. It's like, if my parents never decided to move to that specific house, I wouldn't have met that person who introduced me to Leif. And if she wouldn't have
decided to get on, even now, today's age, I feel like, what if you never decided to get on social media at a certain time and you see a message from someone, or like you see a certain video that like literally changes the course of your life? Like,
no, exactly. Well, even we went to the beach last night for sunset, like Leif was surfing and I was just sitting there with Benny. And then I was thinking, for all I know, like an idea that came to me when I was sitting at the beach tonight could change the course of my whole life. Like I don't have something in mind, but I'm just saying like a random
You're
thought.
like, you guys aren't ready.
I'm like, and you hoes
for
have
what I was
no
thinking last
idea
time.
what TikToks are about to come your way. You guys are not ready. No, but I'm just saying little thoughts of like, oh, that would be cool. Maybe I'll do that. And then I do that and it leads me to this other thing and it changes my whole career or something. I'm just like, it's so weird how one thought, one tiny choice, you going to the beach that night, you going to a certain restaurant, like
you putting on those certain shoes that spark a conversation with somebody.
It just, every single tiny choice, that is what makes it
Me
hard to
doing
believe.
this with the corn nuts, like that's my legacy. If I never would have done that motion with corn nuts, I wouldn't be the absolute legend I am today.
Absolute icon. Icon
That
living.
lives on forever.
The brand ambassador for corn nuts. Why haven't they reached out to us?
Why haven't they?
We could have corn nuts at our shows.
Just the whole crowd. So loud.
Speaking of tour, you guys, if you have not gotten your tour tickets, it's coming up so fast.
So fast.
And we have been just getting so excited, planning so many aspects. We have some fun things that we've been planning for you guys. And we're so excited to be in real life with you. So if you have not gotten your tour tickets, we added a few shows, which maybe some of them still have tickets. Go to the link in wherever you're listening, the description, the show notes.
We added an extra show in New York, and we added one in LA, and we added one in Phoenix. So if you missed those, because those first shows sold out very fast, if you missed that, you have another chance.
And Orlando, we still have tickets.
Yes.
I think Chicago, I don't know about Chicago. I think it might be close to sold out or sold out. But go get your tickets. We're so excited. It's going to be so fun. Let's get into these dating app horror stories.
Let's get into it. I honestly have more, but
do you really?
I have one other thought that's very fast and pointless, but I'm feeling like I'm going to share anyways because that's how I'm feeling today. And who knows what this decision might lead me to in my life. But
exactly.
Me and Nick were thinking about our names and how you and Leif don't have this problem. Me and Nick, like
these have got to go. I'm sorry, everyone. Like these
are loud.
Are loud. These bracelets are clinking and clanking. I can't do it anymore. Okay, I'm sorry. Your names.
Yeah, our names are going to be the next generations, like Linda and Jared or something, like Chelsea and Nick. I was having speaking of existential moment of like how basic our names are together and like our couple names. Like, like you can guess a parent's name. Just like, oh, their name's probably Linda, or I'm trying to think of another one.
Like, you mean like our parents' generation?
Yeah, our parents' generation, they all have similar names.
Yeah.
It's like, or your grandparents' name. They're all, I don't know, just the same names, the same vibes.
Like you could pick them out of a hat. It's like, okay, yeah.
And you could say, okay, you say the couple's name, you know what generation they're from.
For sure.
And me and Nick could not be more 90s babies. Like, oh my gosh, we're thinking about like, okay, Case and Elwood's friends are gonna be like, oh yeah, like Chelsea and like, oh, we're just oh wow,
one of many.
We're just one of many. Like we're with the Sarahs, we're with the Tiffany's, I'm with the Kelseys, the Jessicas, like
that all marks a generation for sure.
I think it was like a moment of wow, we're getting older.
Yeah.
Again, you and Leif have even more unique names, so people probably wouldn't be like, oh, it's just another Jared or like a Jim.
Right.
Or something I'm saying our parents' generation, like that's like, if you look at like a directory, I'm thinking of growing up in church, like there's like 5 of the same names of like that age of man. And that's where we are. Like I'm one of like 5 Chelseas.
I know.
And that's just like my
one of 5
life.
Where?
In some like
in the Midnight Library.
Yeah. Like that was the decision that led me here. But that is like, maybe I'll have Case and Elwood will have a friend whose mom's name is also
that's
Chelsea.
What you're saying?
Yeah.
That you'll be like one of 5 Chelseas to like a random person.
Yeah, and just like my proximity.
Right.
Always. Just like there's probably 5 gyms in my neighborhood right now.
Yeah.
There's 5. Literally, I keep saying Jim and Linda, but
not that being a couple that I know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like a Jared and I cannot.
Jared is like younger to me.
Really?
Than Jim and Linda. Jim and Linda have a son named Jared.
But I'm just saying like it marks a generation. Like no, I'm not seeing a baby nowadays named Jared.
Right.
I'm not seeing a baby named Jim. I'm not seeing a baby named Chelsea.
Right. It does kind of mark a generation. But I fear now we've like lost, like everyone's just going so crazy with the names that like I don't know what's going to mark our generation. Just like weird names. Because I feel like people are like I don't
your
know
name's
many.
Saturn Universe.
Yeah.
You're probably from the 20s when people were so lost.
That's true.
They didn't know what they were doing.
They were hiring TikTok baby name consultants and trying to like really get out there.
Yeah. Anyways, that was just my own moment. And I'm sure people like our age relate to that, where we're just getting to that age where it's like, oh, okay, history repeats itself.
No, I get that.
We're just Chelsea and Nick.
I know. I do feel like
The most basic names ever, like for our, you know.
Yeah, pros and cons to having like a name that people can obviously pronounce. And there are different struggles that come when people are like, what? Like people will never understand. Obviously, we've been over this. Mine and Leif's names, like if we just say them. But I feel like a lot of people do have that problem, even if they have a somewhat normal name. Like when they say it over the phone or something, people will always think it's something else.
Always.
So I feel like you can't really get rid of that. But I know what you're saying about the like common thing.
Yes.
Like those names are just more common for that exact
like if
time
people,
period.
I think what I'm saying is like if people are making fun of our generation, there's a chance they're saying, instead of like Karen, they're saying Chelsea.
I know what you mean.
Or like Chelsea and Nick.
Yeah.
You know?
Didn't you say your mom at the time like didn't know people?
She thought Chelsea was so unique. She was like, I didn't know anyone naming their daughter Chelsea. Like I thought that was a super unique, different name. And then fast forward, there's 3 girls in my grade named Chelsea.
Yeah. You know what? I kind of will see that with certain names, like that do seem unique, but they're getting more popular. Like, for example, the name, and I like this name, like I think it's cute, but like the name Goldie for a girl, I feel like that was like so, for the first time I heard that, I was like, oh, that is so cute. And like, I've never heard that. And then now I've heard it so many times. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just gets popular. And like someone couldn't foresee that. I could see the first, someone naming their kid Goldie and being like, this is so cute. Like, I don't know anyone. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what? How come so many people are named this?
I know.
Like the blink of an eye, just like starts
I
going.
just think you can't escape your generation you're in. Like just accept it.
Yeah.
You're in the same mindset probably as everyone else.
You're not that special.
You're not that special, and that's okay. That's how I feel. I'm like, okay, cool. Just little old Chelsea.
Chelsea Jade.
Chelsea Jade. Even Jade's a little, that age as well. But it's cool. It's fine. It's, I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. I'm having an ego death.
Not the ego death right before the dating app horror stories.
So
these will bring you back to life. Okay, I'm going to go first.
These and I can't wait. So hot in this dress. Wow.
The lights? Just
sweating.
Yeah,
this dress is very hot.
It is always a little warm in here.
I thought this was a summer dress. Nope. This is what you get when you actually use like very good fabrics.
Okay, no need to brag.
Very wealthy, no, I'm just kidding. But like cotton, like it's just not breathable like that old polyester is.
That's true. This is an ad by BetterHelp. These days, it really feels like there is just advice for everything. Honestly, way too much advice about every single thing you can imagine. And even with mental health, I feel like there's an overload of information about what you should do for your mental health and wellness. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, detoxing from your screens. But it's hard to know what's actually going to work for you. And also, it can be just a struggle to know what's true in general and what action to really take. So using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can get you personalized recommendations and help you break through the noise. Everyone is so deeply individual. Like we all have such unique needs, and it's nice to get information from the internet, but at the same time, it's so much nicer to actually talk to someone one-on-one and get their expertise, especially because they are licensed to give you advice, and to really break through that noise and get out of your head and be able to kind of make a plan for moving forward versus just feeling like you're on a hamster wheel.
Therapy has always been super beneficial for me during times or stages in my life when I'm going through a big change or I'm having to just learn positive coping skills. But therapy is also amazing for helping you learn how to set boundaries, because sometimes you just hear that all the time, like, oh, you got to set boundaries, but it's not so easy to do that or apply it to your own life. It also can just empower you to be the best version of yourself. And it's not just for people who have experienced major trauma. If you're having a hard time and you're feeling like stuck, I really suggest reaching out and meeting with a therapist. So with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. It's very convenient as well. Guys, I can't even begin to describe how convenient online therapy is versus like going to, taking the time to drive to the office, wait in the waiting room. It takes away all of that and it just helps you fit therapy into your busy life. And you can also switch therapists at any time. So as the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/whatwesaid. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/whatwesaid. This episode of What We Said is brought to you by Huggies Little Movers. Elwood is in his dancing, spinning, actually flipping era off the couch. Anything he can get, he is really experimenting with his body and trying to throw himself into anything. Moving around, running at this point around. And while it's so fun, you just have to adjust. You have to adjust, put things at a higher height. You got to make little, baby-proof adjustments. And one of those adjustments that I like to adjust them to once they start acting like this, especially when you're trying to give them a diaper change, they don't want to be laying down anymore. They're like, I'm not a baby. I want to be standing up. They want to get changed standing up. They want, like, if you put their clothes on, like Elwood will not let me put clothes on him when he's laying down. And something that's really nice is when you can put on a slip-on diaper. So the new Huggies Little Movers HuggFit 360 slip-on diaper has double the stretch of Little Movers open diapers and an extra secure fit. So they have easy tear sides for fast and easy changes. And these really are game-changing once your baby's on the move.
Huggies Little Movers has up to a 100% leak-proof fit. It's available with double grip strips or a new HuggFit 360 waistband. Huggies Little Movers are designed to help keep your baby comfortable and protected no matter how they move. It's obviously so fun when your baby starts getting more active and kind of doing what you're doing, copying stuff you do, walking beside you, running around. Like, it's so fun to see them develop, but it brings new challenges. And the last thing you want to worry about is them ripping off their diaper, or like Chelsea said, if it's just not comfortable for them and you just want it to be extra secure and comfy. Huggies Little Movers, made with double grip strips or with the new HuggFit 360 waistband, so your mini-me can keep moving like you. Huggies, we got you, baby. Okay, hi ladies, love you so much. Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week. Here's my bad dating app story. I went on a date with a boy I met on Hinge. We had been chatting. He was from New Zealand, which I thought was hot. And he said he was on a road trip with his friend to explore the US. So he said he would only be in my city for a couple of days, but wanted to take me to dinner. I'm never going to say no to dinner with a hot man with an accent, even if very rude. Even Chelsea's phone just dropped for context. She's not going to say no to a dinner with a hot man with an accent, even if I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere since he didn't live here. We'd been chatting for a while leading up to the date. He seemed so normal and nice, I was getting excited. He chose a nice Italian place to go to, and since I've never been chill a day in my life, I obviously look up the menu, and it's a pretty fancy place. Since I live in San Francisco, it's very spendy. But I was so excited to get dressed up and go out and get wined and dined. We met at the restaurant and he was kind of short and different vibes than I thought, but nothing crazy. We talked to each other very easily and started ordering food. He picked out some dishes and a nice bottle of wine for us, and I was loving
terrified.
it. We were there kind of close to closing time for the restaurant, so our waitress brought us the check pretty quickly and dropped it off. We were in the middle of the conversation, so I wasn't shocked when he didn't immediately grab it. But then 5 minutes pass and the waitress kind of comes around to see if we put a card down yet. He obviously hasn't. So another 5 minutes passes and I notice it's about closing time, and I start to feel bad for everyone working there because they want to go home, of course. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll slowly reach for my purse and that will kind of trigger him to say, oh no, I've got it. So I slowly grab my purse, and guys, I want you to picture all of this literally in slow motion. I grab my purse and he does nothing. I slowly unzip my purse, still nothing. So I'm like, well, I'll just put my card down, and the waitress takes it. This man does not even acknowledge that I just paid. Not a single word comes out of his mouth, and it was $175. Awesome. So I'm pissed and icked out, and this man has the audacity to ask, so are we going back to your place? Absolutely not. I quickly left, never wanting to go out with another man. My mom has a theory that he's been doing that to girls all across the US since he's just traveling around and gets free meals from it. And quick PSA to all my girls listening. If you are ever in this weird situation where it seems like your date won't pay, just ask the waiter to split your bill, pay for your half, and leave.
Yes.
This was, of course, an afterthought because in the moment I freaked out and didn't know what to do. Anyway, don't go out with men visiting from New Zealand.
Goodbye.
Not him like using girl math, being like, if I travel and go on dates with girls, they'll pay.
Why does he pick the most? That's the messed up part. Don't pick the place if you're not going to pay.
No.
If you're picking a fancy schmancy place,
you better be paying.
You better bring your wallet.
100%.
And it better be stacked.
Yep. That's bad. And this is just where it's like, sorry, but like you said, you're asking me on a date.
Stressful.
You asked me, you picked the place, you are paying 100%.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works.
No, if anything, we're splitting it.
Yes. But that's smart to ask for it split. Yeah. Like if
you get that far where you're taking out your credit card and the waitress is coming back, and then if they haven't said anything when the waitress comes back, be like, can you split this?
Yeah, if you say, can you split this? And then that gives them every opportunity to be like, oh my gosh, no, I got it. Mama.
Mm-hmm. And if they even dare say, oh, I thought you got this one. Say, and I thought that we were going to hang out after this, but I'm leaving immediately.
The audacity to be like, so where are we going after? Bye.
Are we going to your place? Do you have a house?
You're going back to New Zealand.
Yeah. Oh, actually, he doesn't. He's traveling. Like, okay, now I'm getting scared.
Yeah. No, that's actually spooky.
He's like, can I get a ride too? You're like, do you have any possessions?
Yeah. No, I'm scared. I'm scared of him. Also,
that's so annoying.
Is it normal that like my hair is falling out of I feel like I'm going through postpartum like shedding now. It's been a year. I'm like, what is going on?
Mine has been a lot recently too.
There was
that's weird.
Really?
Yes, like the last week I've noticed like more so. I thought mine was because I've been able to pull it back more, and when I pull my hair back, it seems like my hair is shedding more. It breaks. Yeah, I literally had a life update on my hair and I was holding myself back. My life update was, it's come to my attention my hair is ugly.
I'm glad I could give you a platform to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I was really trying to like scoot around that update, but I've really been having, because it's been shedding a little more, and I'm like, the 3 strands I have are gone.
Mine has been shedding so much. That's weird. I wonder.
Maybe it's the summer. That actually makes me feel better, because maybe it's something about the weather, like, or maybe just.
I was trying to film like a
ours are also getting to the
thing,
same length,
and it was me like rubbing oil on my thing, on my thing. Please,
thing.
I'm sorry for.
Okay, she's getting into different content these days.
I want to talk about how
rubbing oil on my thing is gross.
Rubbing oil on my thing is insane. What I meant was literally my collarbones, like my chest area. Okay. No, and my point of that story was that my hair would not, like, I was rubbing it and there'd just be like hair everywhere. I'm like, okay. So I'd take all the hair off my collarbone and my chest, my oil, do the oil again, hair everywhere again. I was just shedding so much. I'm like, that was when it was really started clocking to me. I'm like, my hair's falling out.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I want to talk about just these brands of, I don't know. Can you like say stuff on YouTube, or will your thing get demonetized? Well, I don't want to say it. There are certain brands that will offer so much money. When you said I'm getting into different content, like, I'm understanding why people take certain brand deals is all I'm trying to say. Holy.
Like explicit brands?
Yes. That will just offer you the most astronomical. I'm like, what? Why would you ever pay that for that? I mean,
Sex sells.
Yeah, apparently. I didn't take the deal, but like,
good
jeez. Like it's on. I almost said it's clocking to me again. In all seriousness,
it's clocking to me.
I'm sorry to go off on a literal 10th tangent, but someone, when I made that TikTok of trying to explain to Benny that she lived in a freezer, and I used the "it's not clocking to you" audio, someone commented and was like, "Mom, my dog is IVF," and like I had to.
Huh? Did they mean daughter or son? Maybe.
No, dog. And they like doubled down. They said multiple things about their dog being an IVF baby. Mama?
She's starting a new breed, maybe.
Why was your dog in the freezer? Why did your dog do IVF?
When there are thousands, if not millions of dogs in shelters and your dog's infertile, so you take it to IVF.
Are we invalidating infertile dogs? Like, I'm all here for the infertile community. Trust me. What is going on with dog IVF? What do you mean? What does that mean, Chelsea?
Is she faking?
She literally said,
I can see that for like making new breeds, like genetically modifying breeds.
So terrifying. Let me just see, please, because I cannot get over this. I need to I need to reassess this comment so we can, honestly, we need to
My
go
IVF
in.
dog.
Hold on. My dog was an IVF dog and technically was created before I was, even though I was born years before him. I love science.
And what?
Coming from an account called Beepity Boopity.
Okay.
Mama.
Well, that's your answer. That's not true. I love science. That's so creative, though. Creative of a comment.
My dog was an IVF dog.
What do you mean?
Why? Why is that necessary?
Don't tell me it was some kind of like
Well, since it was created before
cockapoo
she
thing.
was.
mixing two breeds.
Like
a Labradoodle.
It says that dogs can undergo in vitro fertilization, even though it presents unique challenges. It was only recently achieved in dogs. The first litter of IVF puppies was born in 2015.
And what
okay,
for?
So then they
And what for?
No, literally
when
what
there's
for?
Literally so many dogs that
fertility
need homes.
for pets. Mama, we've lost the plot.
Just get a freaking mutt from the shelter. You don't need a mix of a poodle, a husky, a golden retriever, and a Great Dane. Like, we've lost the plot.
My next journey. Getting an IVF dog.
A great retriever poo. Like, I can't. Okay. I haven't even read my first story, but I'm
sorry.
No. Don't be sorry. About 4 years ago, I was on a dating app in good old Gilbert, AZ. I was 19, fresh out of a serious relationship, and definitely in my hoe phase. I was talking to dozens of guys at once. Rotations were strong, okay? One guy, let's call him Cam, asked me on a hiking date. I said yes and went about my day. Later that same day, another guy I was talking to, let's call him Adam, asked me to go on a group date. Adam was hotter. So naturally, I told Cam I was sick and canceled, and told Adam I'd go with him instead. Cam was totally chill about me canceling, and I still kept messaging him because, again, the roster was alive and well. Evening comes. Adam picks me up. I hop in the back seat. He's driving, and there's another guy in the passenger seat. We're headed to pick up Adam's friend's date, who was going to sit in the back with me.
I'm terrified.
Oh, Adam's friend's date. I thought I was saying Adam's date. I'm like, what's happening? Swinger vibes here? Okay, who was going to sit in the back with me. I asked the guy in the passenger seat what his name is. He says Cam. Yes, the Cam. The one I canceled on earlier. For Adam, I froze. He froze. We both silently agreed to pretend we didn't know each other. In my head, I was thinking, thank God we're just going to ignore this and never speak again. We pick up Cam's date and surprise, we go on a hike. The exact hike Cam originally invited me on. Afterwards, the guys invite us all over to their place to play games. Turns out Adam and Cam are roommates. Cool. I was hoping for some Adam makeout time later, so I was like, sure, let's go. We get to their apartment, sit at the table, and start playing Cover Your Assets. Another roommate walks out, takes one look at me. Takes one look at me and says, Jenny. Obviously not my real name for the story. I'm like, hi. He goes, we've been talking on mutual. Yes, the Mormon dating app, I kid you not. I had now matched with 3 out of 4 of his apartment's roommates. At this point, Cam decides it's time to out me. He tells the group that I canceled on him to go out with Adam. Then they all whip out their phones, pull up my chats, and start reading them out loud to each other. I would die of embarrassment. Okay, let's see. I lost my spot. Oh, they're swiping through my profile pics, making comments, all while Cam's date is sitting right there watching this unfold. She is just looking awkward and is staying quiet. I'm humiliated. My hopes of making out with Adam, almost gone. So I just laugh it off and say, ha ha ha, okay, that's enough, my bad. What can I say? I've been talking to a lot of guys. How funny that you're all roommates. Well, good for you for being able to, laugh it off. Eventually, the conversation dies down. We keep playing, and then I tell Adam I'm feeling tired. He walks me to his car. We get in, and we do end up making out right there in his apartment parking lot, and that was it. I never talked to any of them again. The hoe phase was hoeing hard that night. Love you, ladies. Hope this story made you giggle. It's one I tell anytime people ask for crazy dating app stories.
Hot.
That is so... Oh... I would be feeling. Also, if they're reading the messages, like heaven forbid you say the same thing. Or you're like lying to each of them. You're like, I love soccer. The next person, you're like, I've never played soccer. They're like,
yeah, contradicting yourself.
Yeah.
Those messages are never supposed to be read out loud, especially in front of a group.
It's so bad you canceled on him because you were sick. And then you went on a date with his roommate.
So bad.
And honestly, he probably didn't say anything because he was feeling embarrassed as well. Like, cool.
Yeah.
I got canceled on because she wanted to go on a date with my roommate.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, this episode theme was made for me. First of all, love you both in the pod tons, of course, but I'm itching to type this out. Kind of long, but it's worth the read, I promise. I'm in university and having fun, and I love a good dating app for the plot moment. One time I matched with this guy.
My armpit sweat? Are we kidding? Oh, only on that one that's closest to the camera? Awesome. Okay, anyways, proceed.
Okay. One time I matched with this guy, and he asked to pick me up for dinner at the Keg, and he seemed cute. Plus, steak dinner in this economy, count me in. So we did that. I had the most delicious salmon I still think about. It was slightly awkward at dinner, but it was the first date, so no big deal. We left and drove up this mountain and kissed, looking at the stars, and he asked if I wanted to go back to his. I was like, yeah, why not? But he said we had to be careful not to wake his mom up. Red flag number 1. We get there and had to put his sheets on his bed because he hadn't made his bed before leaving.
Good.
But at least they were clean. We had a fun time, and then he drove me home. A few days later, he came over to my place, and we were in my room undressed under the covers, but the vibes were really off, and he kind of got the memo. I started getting dressed, but couldn't find my underwear. I wasn't that concerned because we were in my dark room, and I just grabbed another pair from my drawer to get him out of there quicker. After he left, I turned the lights on, but I could not find my underwear anywhere, but I still figured it was under my bed or in the corner or something. After he got home, he texted me saying, I had so much fun and can't wait to see you again. Also, hope you don't mind I took your underwear, and I'll give it back to you next time I see you. Winky face. Federal prison.
Send the police immediately. Armed robbery.
With a winky face. I was stunned and so grossed out. Keep in mind, this is my worn underwear.
Oh, we know. We know, mama.
Needless to say, that immediately made up my mind to not see him again. And I told him, hey, I don't see this going any further. Please just throw them out. And he hit me with the, you're ugly anyways. Sir?
You're ugly anyways, but I love your underwear. It smells amazing.
2 years later, and I still have full body shudders when I think about this. And the worst part, it was my favorite pair that isn't sold anymore.
Oh, shiz.
Oh.
I'm terrified.
He is horrifying.
You do not take things that don't belong to you without asking. And how old are we?
And she said the vibes were off anyway.
No, send the police.
What do you do? What are you talking about?
Send the police. And how did he get those in the dark? So shifty.
Feral freaking.
Literally.
Just scavenging under your bed. A
literal mole rat under the covers. Just sniffing for his freaking prize. A sicko. Ew. Oh my gosh. I would literally go over and get my underwear back. Like, not really, but you know.
That is diabolical.
Okay. Hi, ladies. I love you both so much and have been listening since I was 15. I'm now 21. I love when they clock our age like that. Like, I've been listening since I was a baby. And now I've graduated. Like, people will come up and be like, I've listened since I was in junior high. And they're like fully on their own in college. Like, I'm like, huh?
I know, it actually is crazy.
So one year I was single and lonely around Valentine's Day and decided to change my Hinge to say I'm looking for a Valentine. This really cute, tall brunette asked me to be his Valentine and to take me on a date. I said yes. At first, he was asking me all these questions about what I wanted to do, my favorite treats and drink, etc. I thought it was cute. Then fast forward to the day. We planned on a time and only an hour before he decided it would be a great time to tell me he didn't have a car and asked if I could pick him up.
Bye.
I was like, okay, sure. I was a little weirded out. He waited till the last minute to let me know, but I decided whatever. So I pick him up and immediately he asked me to come to his door. Don't push it, buddy. Yeah. Then he invited me in right away, which I would never do, but I decided, okay, I'll just stand by the door. He goes and gets me a bouquet of flowers he arranged and wrapped with brown paper. Cute.
Okay.
Then gave me tons of candy and a drink. He was awkward.
Oh, because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Okay. He was awkward and had an interesting stare, but I banked it only just being the nerves. We get in the car and he tells me which restaurant to go to. We walk in and I'm thinking he definitely got a reservation since it was a semi-nice place. No, he did not. So the host tells us it's an hour wait. We went back to the car to wait, and immediately it was so awkward. He starts showing me his dress house style. His dream house style, which was a creepy modern mix with Renaissance. Black walls, weird statues, and textures. Then he begins to show me his art style and his drawings. All creepy murder drawings in black and white ink. Drawings of fights, war with splashes of red. Or trippy drawings with demonic undertones. I start getting weird vibes at this point. He seems so happy to share all this with me. About 40 minutes into the wait, I want to go home. We have nothing in common at all so far. And you drove him.
I feel sick.
When we get seated at our table and are looking at our menus, he begins to tell me he eats a strict carnivore diet. You're on a date with a vampire? Me, an advocate for a well-balanced meal, asks him why he thinks his body can run on meat alone. He explains because he wants to become as animalistic and carnivorous a human man can be. And this is when I realize he has super sharp teeth.
Okay, where are we going with this story?
Ew and how. He starts flaming me for ordering pasta and veggies and tells me the world is lying to me that veggies are good for us.
Okay.
What? All while intensely staring at me and barely blinking during the whole convo. He starts complimenting my hands and how he likes how he can see the bones poking out a bit. I do have pretty skinny hands.
It's like, my hands do slay, but
He never complimented me after this. I go to the bathroom and have a mental breakdown and to take some I go to the bathroom to have a mental break and to take some mirror selfies as a girl does. My outfit was wasted on this date. Rip.
I no joke would leave in my car.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom and literally leave and be like, I'm never seeing you again.
100%.
That is horrifying.
Then a server walks in and I immediately start telling her how this is the weirdest date I've ever been on, and she explains she overheard some weird things from him. She tells me if I need a cop-out, she would help. I love a girl's girl. I explain it's okay, but if she could somehow speed up us getting our food, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I love this. I go back to the table and he doesn't ask me much about myself, but starts blabbing on about he wouldn't get married to me unless I switched to his diet because he doesn't want me to die before him.
Oh my gosh. Sir, we take it down a notch.
Yeah.
We don't need to worry about this
So you're
yet.
on a date with the Liver King. Got it. How I wear too much color. I'm from Provo, so talking about marriage is not unusual. But with no interest and dry responses from me at this point, I don't understand how he didn't get the message that I wasn't that interested. I couldn't get a word in, and his stares were really making me uncomfortable. He begins showing me more of his camera roll. A dead bird he found on a walk, a snake he owns at home. I eat in silence as quickly as possible and tell him I had a Galentine's thing to go to. I dropped him off and he immediately texts me saying he wants to see me again and go on a night hike. Long story short, I kept it blunt and told him I wasn't interested and ended up blocking him after some persistent and weird texts he kept sending me. Was he a murderer? I don't know, but he was creepy as F. Ooh!
The vibes are rancid.
A night hike? Like...
There's nothing I'd want to do less.
Be more obvious.
Even with the love of my life.
You want to murder me and eat me. Like,
he wants to become as animalistic
less.
as possible is the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hate.
Wow. What did his Hinge profile look like? Was he just completely
different?
Catfishing? Because that is beyond. I once met a guy on Mutual when I was going to BYU, Idaho. If you know, you know. We went on a first date and it was so much fun. He was really sweet and we had a great night. I was so excited to continue this connection. We went on another date and he seemed like he was getting really clingy and almost obsessive. I did not think much of it, so I agreed to a third date. On the third day, he picked me up in his truck and took me out to the woods. I know it was dumb. Well, we were talking and he asked me to be his girlfriend on our third date. I said no, I was not ready for the commitment. He got so upset and yelled at me to get out of his truck. So I did because I was scared and he drove off and left me. I had no idea where I was and it was dark. I was so terrified and I did not have the best service. So I tried walking towards where he drove off. After 10 minutes of walking, the longest 10 minutes of my life, mind you, and sobbing, trying to get cell service to call someone, he pulls back around and tells me to get in, which I did because I had no idea where I was and I needed a ride back. We get back into town after sitting in silence and me just sobbing in the front seat, and he pulls into the Walmart parking lot and parks. I ask him to please take me home, begging him, and he gets out of the car and starts throwing grocery carts across the parking lot. Literally insane. He gets in the car and says he's so upset because I'm not like any other girl and he wants to be with me so bad. I tell him absolutely not. I get out of the car, go into Walmart, and tell an employee what was happening, so he stayed with me while I called one of my friends to pick me up. The man comes into the store trying to find me, but the employees tell him he has to leave or they will call the cops, so he leaves. My friend immediately comes picks me up, and I blocked this man immediately and never talked to him again. It was so terrifying, and I never used Mutual again. I seriously am traumatized from that. And no, it is not a fake story. I know it sounds crazy, but I promise it was very real and very terrifying.
Oh my gosh. Him dropping you off and leaving you is insane. And then him throwing grocery carts.
He has actual terrifying issues. The scariest part is like that dropping off thing I've heard, I feel like multiple times from girls, like where they'll be kind of in the middle of nowhere and like the guy will get mad at them for something and literally drop them off. Like this was different because it was it's
like they have like a scare kink. Like they want to terrify you.
Literally. So scary. This is not the same situation. Well, it was kind of similar, but do you remember, Sedona, the like basketball player? She was big on TikTok.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she still is, but she was dating this girl, Riley, and she kind of did that same thing to her. Like Riley
Sedona did it to Riley?
Yes. Like Riley came out afterwards and was like, she's terrifying. Like Sedona is terrifying. She's like, we were on a quad in the middle of, I think they were on a trip to Mexico, like literally in the middle of the jungle. And she like got mad at me and literally left me there. And I was like sobbing, trying to find a way back. And then I think she like came back around and like picked her up. It was kind of similar to this.
Like, who do you think you are?
So scary.
Trying to teach me a lesson or something?
Yeah.
Like, what?
She came out with this whole series about how like crazy Sedona was. I don't know anything about them really, but
that's terrifying.
Yeah. Horrifying. It is almost that. It's like a superiority complex where it's like, okay, I'm going to leave you here and like scare you.
You need to learn your lesson.
And then also like when I come back, you're going to be like, please, because you're scared. Like that's
I will date you.
Yeah.
I love you now. You scared me into loving you.
Like I was terrified.
No, that's so scary.
Was that your last story?
No, I had one more.
Oh, one more. Okay. I can't wait. I'm buckled in. I'm locked in.
Okay, this is a bit dark, but definitely a dating app horror story. About 2 years ago, I was out at a bar with my roommate and one of our guy friends. My roommate was casually messaging a guy on Hinge while we were out, and he suggested we met up with him and his friends who were out at a nearby bar. She agreed and said she was going to bring 2 friends with her, not mentioning that one of them was a man, haha. We Ubered to the bar, and the Hinge guy and his friend immediately greeted us with 3 shots. They already had them in hand when we arrived, so we didn't see them get poured. Since we were already a bit drunk, we didn't think much of it, just thought they were being nice and took the shots. Well, it turns out all 3 of us got roofied, including our guy friend who got in the crossfire, as I'm sure they were expecting 3 girls to show up. The Hinge guys tried to hang out with us for a while, but it became quickly apparent that they were creepy and giving off weird vibes, so we distanced ourselves from them. Later, I happened to run into a guy I had been talking to at the same bar. We'd only met like once or twice before, so I didn't know him well. Not knowing I was roofied, I hung out with him the rest of the night, and my friends and I lost each other as the roofies kicked in. And we all essentially started to black out. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling scared.
Oh no.
I ended up going home with the guy, not really aware of what I was doing. While the night is extremely blurry, I remember locking myself in his bathroom and literally laying on the floor, staring at the ceiling while the entire room felt like it was spinning. At this point, I knew something was wrong and somehow managed to get myself an Uber home. I left the man's apartment quickly, and with no explanation, I told him the next day that I was sure I had gotten roofied and apologized for leaving so abruptly. He didn't believe me and thought I was looking for a way to ghost him. Gotta love men. Luckily, my other 2 friends made it home safe as well, but the following day I was physically unable to walk until about 1 p.m. I never experienced anything like it and hope I never do again. Long story short is men are absolutely terrifying, and I'm now dating the guy friend that was with us that night. He's a real one. LOL. I am feeling actually ill about that. Like, I am so scared about that. That is so terrifying. Thank freaking goodness you weren't with them anymore and you got home somehow.
It's so spooky. I hate stories like that because it just makes it real what men are capable of and like what they can do. It's just like, why? Why do you have to be creeps? It's so freaky. I feel like that's why, well, it happened to all of you. It's like, that's why it's so important to have good friends around you. Like when you are out, or like have someone who's not drinking, or you know what I mean? Like it's just so sketchy.
Yeah, that is sketchy.
I feel like the culture is, I do feel like, I don't know, actually, I wouldn't know good enough to say it's rare. I feel like getting roofied like does happen actually quite often, which is absolutely horrifying.
Terrifying.
Like, I know
feel like they
multiple
probably
people
now, like with just the rise of awareness about it, I'm sure they have lots of things they do now, especially like I'm sure in college towns and stuff, at bars, especially in public maybe.
Hopefully.
But I don't know.
Definitely not like fully avoidable, but absolutely
especially because like I feel as though people who are going to do bad things, they're really good at it. Like they're sneaky. So you think the things like, okay, don't leave your drink unattended, don't whatever, don't take drinks from strangers. It's like they are not going to be so outright with it, you know. Even like they're saying like, oh, they showed up, and it's like they didn't really think twice about it. They had shots for them already. It's like,
and I do understand not thinking, you know? Like the awkwardness of being like.
Like
in that moment, being like, no, I want different. It's like,
be a bitch first, apologize later.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, man. Well,
scary. I'm scared. See, I knew it was going to be a spooky episode. When I said I was feeling spooky, I knew.
That's true. You had an inner knowing. Thank you guys so much for writing in your horror stories. We love getting to read those. We're going to read some stories at our shows. Go check it out. Tour tickets in description, bio, wherever you're listening, watching. We're so excited. Thank you guys for all your support. We love you. And
that's what we said. Goodbye.
Bye.